Welcome everyone to Crypto Miners Twitter space. I'm Mary, and today we have the presentation from Virtual Trader. Mr. Alex is here again. Hello, Alex.
Hey Mary, hey Crypto Miners community, pleasure to be here. I'm probably gonna start off by saying happy 2023 because we haven't spoken in some time right now.
Oh,
Uh,
yes.
yeah,
Happy New
haven't been
Year to
here
you
for
too.
a year. Definitely. Thanks a lot, Mary. And I did see that you guys started off quite strong with probably the most prolific figure in the cryptocurrency sector following your Twitter account, which is big. So congrats for CZ, so to speak.
Yeah,
Um,
thank you.
yeah, definitely showing that hard work pays off. Um, uh,
Exactly.
re- Other than that, I think you guys partner up with Caesar as well, if I'm not mistaken, right?
That's true. Yeah. Maurice is here,
So yeah, two for
co-hosting
two.
sometimes.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay,
We had one
lovely.
two days ago, I think. So yeah.
It's To be fully honest, it's frustrating for me, and this is one of the main reasons why I'm not seen that often in Twitter Spaces, simply because I don't know, Elon doesn't actually understand that we need this to function on a computer, not on the phone.
Yeah,
Um,
no.
I love my
Yeah.
phone, but I do need to run this business over from a PC.
Uh-huh.
So that's pretty much what's happening because with my phone, I need to be next to my computer to make the presentation because I have three monitors. It's not that easy, right? If I have everything on the PC, you kind of just link everything together. But still, hopefully, 2023 bring us that feature, please.
Yeah, yeah. Well, maybe Elon, if you listen to this, maybe we can partner up with you too, and also please fix this issue that everyone has with their computers. Thank you, from Mary. So now let's
It is
join
an issue.
Alex.
It is an issue.
It
I'm
is,
gonna
yeah, I know, I
acknowledge
know, I
that.
know. Yeah. I will write him later after this AMA and tell him what we think. Okay? You too, Alex.
I'm gonna call him as well. Yeah, let's see if he
Yeah,
picks up.
let's do everyone in here, right? To Elon and tell him to fix Twitter because we love to be here. It's a great space, right? Anyway,
It
today
is.
we are
Yeah.
talking about a project called Virtual Trader. So, Alex, take it
Wow.
away. What is Virtual Trader?
So many things to say, Mary. To be fairly honest, um, I'm gonna try and make sure that you guys understand a bit of everything. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the main aspect that you guys should probably know before we talk about the asset that virtual trader or the assets that they're trying to bring forward is that it's actually a one-stop shop for trading activities. That's pretty much what it is. If you guys kind of think of what you're doing within crypto on a daily basis, again, probably the only thing that it doesn't have, and I feel it should not, is the derivatives, like the futures and the leverage and so on and so forth. But other than that, it pretty much brings a whole new layer to the cryptocurrency trading. Um, this was actually born out of a quick research, right? These guys, the people that built Virtual Trader are ambitious people. Uh, First of all, they're not led by emotion. This is the most important aspect that I kind of want to emphasize and stress out. If you guys tend to be emotional about crypto, leave that aside. I know sometimes it can be a cumbersome procedure to trade. You don't know where to start. You don't know where it ends. And you kind of try to put your mark on every trade that you do. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. It is what it is. Um, if it goes up and you win, good for you. Take the profit, sell everything. Strategies are going to come along. If it doesn't, what you should do as a trader, again, this comes from the team, not from me. I'm far from being an experienced trader. I learn, every day. What you should typically do once that particular trade didn't go as planned, try to understand if it's your fault. You FOMO'd in, you aped when you shouldn't, you bought at the top, you didn't research, or if it's something around you that actually didn't allow the trade. Maybe it's a utility that didn't go according to plan. Maybe it's something that wasn't set up properly. Um, throughout their I'm going to say more than 5 years experience in crypto, um, these guys came to term with the following aspects. You need to be connected in the space, have the proper affiliations on multiple chains in order to develop properly. That's pretty much one thing that they already accomplished. They are in the research and marketing business. Now, if you combine those, you pretty much gain a banger, right? A winner. You have to understand over the cross-chain business, right? What does the typical investor need? What does he use? What does he interact with on a daily basis? Or what do you think one investor should use or he needs actually? And with that, combine it with heavy marketing implications to bring your ideas forward to the audience. That's what these guys are trying to do right now. They feel they understand the market, and a majority of the investors, I'm not going to say the full investor pool that we have in crypto, because I don't think there's a project right now that's kind of pleasing anyone, right? Hard to do. Um, a lot of guys tried, but still, you cannot please everyone. So they feel they kind of understand the interest of the majority in crypto. When it comes to development, what they're going to try and do with virtual trader is treat it, nurture it, and govern it in a typically in a unique way from their perspective, focusing on you guys as the key aspect, right? I feel I've stressed this in other AMAs. So if you've listened to me in other AMAs, you know how much I value community in general. First of all, community is what brought me forward today, yesterday, tomorrow, and basically due to you guys. Because if your feedback would have been terrible, towards projects, towards hosts, towards communities, in the end, I would not be hosting. Typically because, if you're not doing a good job, people don't appreciate it. And with all the respect, other people might do a better job than you. That's pretty much it. So you guys are important to me as well as the project. Not this one, every project in general. Community is, in my opinion, one of the four pillars, right? The most important pillar, actually, combined with the team, the idea, and the funds. If you don't have the community, you can have the three of them, right? You can combine them in any way, you're not going to succeed, because community is actually pretty much the portion that's going to make or break a project. And these guys thought, if we nurture and try to be user-centric and tailor what we're going to do according to what our community says or needs or uses, then we might actually succeed, even in comparison to others. There have been others. I mean, at a larger scale, these guys are not going to try and reinvent the wheel. They're going to try and polish the current inventions and make them a bit better. A different user interface to be friendly. Why am I saying that? Is each and every one of you think about the day in which you started crypto. Maybe it was easy for you guys. For me, I had a guy that told me, what, buy this. He gave me a contract. I had no idea what a contract is. He gave me the 0xF and so on and so forth, and he told me, listen, buy this because it's gonna do good. And from there on, I was like, okay, how do I buy it? I got some letters and numbers in front of me. Where do I go? He said, go on PancakeSwap. I went on PancakeSwap. I didn't know where to put the contract, where to put the money I had, where to even connect my MetaMask, and so on and so forth. So it is a bit of a cumbersome procedure. And these guys thought, we should probably tackle this from the beginning, trying to help them understand what crypto is, what's a contract, what's a platform, what's a launchpad, and so on and so forth. They're going to focus a lot on that particular education aspect in the DeFi world. Because if you go on Binance Academy or Coinbase Academy or whatever, I feel you have a good understanding of, typically, although he's not here, CZ did a wonderful job with the Binance Academy. So many useful tools and information there. But when it comes to the DeFi, how do you trade? I mean, how do you actually trade? Is it a platform that kind of teaches you? Maybe there is, and I'm not interested in it anymore because I feel like I've mastered it. But maybe there actually isn't. So yeah, that's a major important aspect.
I remember those days, Alex. I remember those days a few years ago. Well, 2 years ago soon. Then I was trying to buy on PancakeSwap the first time. It was like, yeah, if I didn't have any friends who taught me to do that, I wouldn't have managed it, I think.
Indeed, and it isn't a very, very at first hard to understand process, right? It's DeFi, so anything goes. Not to mention you can get scammed, and you're gonna actually blame the people or the person that got you into this. You're gonna be like, man, you got me into a rug. I mean, a scam, because you wouldn't know what a rug means. So a lot of things, right? And pretty much the vision of the project, to kind of shorten my intro, if that's even possible, is identifying the I'm going to call them anomalies in the space, provide an open entry to pretty much everyone, offer security to the highest level that you can bring it to, but also ease the access for everyone, be it a newbie investor, as I've said, or a more experienced one. Everybody is approached by this project with its utilities, um, you know, in order to offer what I feel is a very, very interesting peer-to-peer trading solution. We're going to talk about each of the utilities, but that's pretty much the intro. And I feel that you guys already know by now that I'm not a core team member of any project. I don't have the discipline and even the time and the knowledge needed. So that's pretty much what this particular team is trying to accomplish, and we'll try to accomplish over the next, I'm going to say, 3 to 5 years. Again, it's not going to take them 5 years to fully develop the project, but that's pretty much every project has an ideal time frame in which they feel they could reach the highest peak. Again, in value, you see the chart, but in terms of monetization as a business, maybe anywhere from 3 to 5 years could be. Maybe faster, who knows, but not to under evaluate your project, because they're going to treat this as a serious business. Yeah.
And can you tell us something about the team? Because I'm looking at the web page and I see really cute NFTs, by the way. So cute. But I don't see any doxing team or something. What can you tell me about the team?
Definitely. When it comes to doxing, I mean, publicly doxing, like, videos or IDs and so on and so forth, I have none of them. I feel you guys know that I don't ask for that. I actually spoke with one of their marketing contacts. Actually, Hayes. I feel you guys should probably know Hayes by now. He's one of the pretty much most prolific marketers that I've worked with in the past 6 months. Close to that. Not to offend anyone, I did work with a lot of them. But I hear he has quite a lot of good stuff upcoming. Hayes, yeah. He is one of the marketing contacts. He brought the project over to me, and luckily, interestingly enough, I hosted the project. When was that? Yesterday, I think. Yeah, I think it was yesterday. But I was you, Mary. Basically, I was in a community and I hosted the project, as in I quizzed them. Yeah. Their speaker wasn't available, so they reached out to me. They said, listen, you kind of already asked the proper question, so we feel that you know the project. Can you help us with crypto miners? They know you know the project. It's a perfect combination. And I knew
I can do it tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah, pretty much. And I knew the marketer, Hayes, and I said, you know what? Everybody knows everybody. So yeah, let's just come full circle and kind of make this happen. Also, I don't know if you guys know, there's a guy named Malcolm. He is responsible for I'm gonna say, implementation of the marketing strategies. Hayes is more on the research and calling side with the Telegram. He has a lot of connections with his agency as well. But in terms of core team members, I'm gonna say direct contact, I have none. It's pretty much the third or fourth project in which I've never discussed with any of the core team members. Because I was approached by their marketing contact, and I said, you know what, if you can provide me the details, documentation, are they KYC? They said yes with Pinkcell. I said, okay, definitely, let's go from here.
Do you know how many they are? Do you know how big the team is?
Honestly, at least 12. At least 12, 12 people, and I'm going to pretty much say, CEO, CFO, CTO, CPO, whatever. Those are pretty much your core team members. They got three people in charge of the website, and I'm going to say entire software development.
I think the website is kind of cool. If you click on the NFTs, try and click on them, guys.
Yeah, NFTs are already listed on OpenSea as well. I'm gonna say pre-listed, so you guys can see them there. These guys kind of pre-did stuff.
What kind of animal is it? Is it a bat? No.
Seems like it seems like a badger, to be fairly honest. But
a small one.
A cute one, because I mean, badgers are typically mean animals.
Yeah, and bigger, and fatter.
I mean,
like a squirrel.
I'm gonna say it's a
fantasy animal.
Yeah, definitely, it's a artificial intelligence, probably powered badger, some sort of. Yeah, but to be fairly honest, it's something that I haven't seen. I mean, I don't know
So
how much traction are they trying to bring with the NFT. They will implement the NFTs as well, as you've seen. As I've said, they are on OpenSea. Uh, but by then, I feel and I hope that they will be big enough so that people will already know the system behind the NFTs and not focus strictly on the NFTs as other projects did. Right? Not to FUD, but it
yes,
is what it is.
so what is there a story with this animal? Because it's the same animal everywhere, I think, in all NFTs. Is one kind of an animal anyway.
Honestly, when it comes to I'm gonna say the background story, it was all purely researched, right? If you were to design your NFT collection and try to make it your own, what would it be? You wouldn't typically know. I mean, you're thinking about dogs, man. We've been there, done that. I've seen so many dog NFTs. Cat
Hmm.
NFTs, we've been there, done that. Rat, rabbits, anything. What about, small, pretty much, I'm gonna call them rodents. We haven't seen that, right? Either that or maybe, I don't know, seagulls, still haven't seen them. So these guys thought, let's actually go for a smaller animal, something that actually is fierce enough. That's why I said badger, but it could be made a bit cute. Because if you guys were to research, in case you don't know what a badger is, if you do Google it, but type angry badger, you're going to be surprised. I mean, these guys can actually fight crocodiles, and they do, right? The badgers and I think the honey badgers as well. So,
Yeah.
although they're short-legged, trust me, they are mean. I mean, this can actually beat the crap out of me.
But I mean,
um,
it looks like it could be a story behind when I look at the because I'm opening the open sea and I see all the NFTs there they have listed already. Kind of looks like it. I want to I want to write a story about them. Anyway, if there isn't a story, that's fine. Uh, so is there a utility with the NFTs?
at first, I mean, right now, it's probably in theory. What they want to first, what they want to bring forward with the NFT is what I feel the NFTs should be used as a pretty much visual identity opportunity. Everybody that has the NFT is going to have access to some developed events. Now, mostly what they're going to focus on is artificial intelligence. That's why I said I feel that's how these are generated. There are some interesting tools right now. I don't know if you guys are aware. They can support with the creation of the NFTs. Uh, good stuff behind them. I haven't used them, but I heard a lot of good stuff. Back to the NFTs, the visual and virtual identity will be assigned to each and every one of you guys through these NFTs. As you move along, there will be, let's say, some potential utilities added to those particular NFTs. But since we're so incipient stage right now, I'm not actually going to confirm X or Y. So at first, just take it as it is, as a virtual identity, pretty much as your passport within this particular ecosystem. Later to be discussed on what events you could participate using these. There's going to be also a DAO governed platform in which you guys, even the stakeholders and even the NFT holders are going to participate. We're going to talk about the DAO as well because there are some requirements with the DAO. Uh, as an idea to kind of spoiler alert, if you guys participate in the fair launch, you're already taken into account and qualified for the I'm gonna say DAO title. But again, pretty much as soon as you sell your tokens, if you're looking to quick flip, yeah, you're not gonna be a part of the DAO. It does make sense.
So I see also that you have now a fair launch going on at the moment. It's let's see, 14 hours left, so it's gonna end tomorrow sometime in the
Should
morning
be
for me anyway.
should be 18 hours.
It says 14 hours.
It does. I
Hmm.
just refreshed it and it says 18 and a half hours for me.
Really? Okay, let
Yep,
me refresh too. No, still 14.
14.
So maybe I'm
Interesting.
way ahead of you then, Alex, in Sweden.
That's weird.
I don't know. That is weird.
Okay, let me ask you this. What's the contribution that you see on your end?
Contribution?
How much did they raise so far?
Oh, 168
Yeah, it's
BNB.
170 for me.
Wow.
Let me try and force refresh this. Nah, still the amount is the same. Duh, 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 duh. It's actually, I mean, just to make sure that we're on the same link, if you go on Pinksoul, it's the first one. It's trending since they actually got there.
I'm on virtualtrader.app.
Oh, you're looking. Oh, okay, okay. No, I was looking at the fair launch through the Pinksoul. So yeah, maybe there's a delay. Uh,
I'm on the web page.
yeah. Okay, now it makes
No,
sense.
I'm not on Pinkse.
It makes
Okay,
sense.
so
Okay.
maybe that's why then.
Yeah. Okay, now it makes sense. To kind of talk just a bit about this one because a fair launch is a fair launch. You guys are smart investors. You do know what it means. At the moment,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say they're doing awesome. 173 actually BNBs, so a couple of contributions coming in already. Their soft cap was 50, and that was actually surpassed yesterday. I was in DMA with them when it started, and it went up to 73 or 74, close to that. From yesterday to today, they actually doubled in contributions. They're at 297 right now. Why is that important? Well, simply if you put it forward and if you kind of divide 173 divided to 298 right now, you're going to see that the average contribution is about 0.58. Again, that's the average. It's a well spread amount. It doesn't mean that everybody contributed this. Some people might have contributed 4 BNB, other might have contributed 1 BNB, so on and so forth, but it's a good spread. If I would have seen 300 BNB out of 150 people, then I would have probably be concerned in investing because it's probably opening to a lot of selling pressure. Other than that, there's an audit and a KYC on those those badges are added. KYC is with Pinksoul, I've mentioned, and the audit is with one of my favorite companies, Blocksoft. Well, why am I saying favorite company? If you guys open that particular audit, it takes you about 3 seconds or 4 to scroll to the bottom of the page, understand pretty much everything that there is to be understood about the project, get the minting function, changing taxes, so on and so forth out of the question, because it's already stating what the owner can and cannot do. It gives you a score as well. How does Blocksafu evaluate the overall findings? It's at 81%, which is very good. I know some of you might wonder, okay, why not 100%? To this day, and I've hosted about 170 projects last year, I haven't seen one 100% with Blocksafu. I don't know why. Maybe they're too pretentious. Either way, not even Certix. I think it's Skynet, if I'm not mistaken. Not even that has 100%. So I don't know what you need to be 100%. But still, not to digress, Blocksafu, amazing audit company, gives you every information that you need to have, including the taxes, which again you can see them. They're 0% buy, 0% sell. So there isn't going to be a tax on this token.
Okay, that's good. So can you tell us more about the token then, or the whole ecosystem a little bit?
Definitely. Try and stop me.
No, I'm not.
To be fairly honest, let me start with the tokenomics because I feel those are pretty simple to understand, right? Tokenomics, okay. How is the supply distributed? You got 100,000 tokens as a total supply. So no millions, billions, trillions. You got 100,000 tokens. 40% goes to pre-sale, 19.5 goes to liquidity. And then you get 5% team. Again, I want to talk about those as well. 5% team, 5% marketing and partners. Pretty much your go-to when it comes to promoting your token. 20% for the traders on the platform, for the platform traders actually. That's part of the ecosystem itself. So not going to someone. And then 10% centralized exchange listing. If you guys want to check in depth, there are locked pools for those. For the sake of time, I'm actually just going to say the fact that everything is locked and you're going to get them in a month. Some of them are cliffed. For example, for the team actually gets 35% at TGE, and then they're going to get 35% after 3 days, and then 35% at 3 days, 35% 3 days after. It's actually 30-something%, not 35. Then you get the same for partners and marketing. So again, locked and vested. And then in 2 months, you're going to get the centralized exchange listing. Why in 2 months? Well, honestly, you need to establish your ecosystem before even considering listing on a centralized exchange. As simple as that, right? No time to be wasted there. 51% of the funds raised in the fair launch are going to be used for liquidity, locked for 370 days, of course. And then the rest, 49%, the reason why these guys didn't get the SAFU badge, or maybe one of the reasons. PinkCell does recommend 60% or more to liquidity in order to be eligible for the SAFU badge. These guys went for the standard 51%. The difference in 49% is going to go pretty much for the initial support of the token, the ecosystem development, as we're gonna see the listing on OpenSea, the CMC Fast Track, CG Fast Track. They are already pre-listed, as far as I understood from the team. Some trending aspects, index websites, pretty much your marketing support, and also some ecosystem development that they're going to put forward within the peer-to-peer network and the escrow interaction. Those are going to be supported by the 49% initial. So with that in mind, tokenomics being put aside, roadmap. Honestly, for the sake of time, I would advise you guys to just go on the website and research it for yourself. It's pretty easy to understand what these guys did so far and what are their plans, and also to understand when do they plan on releasing the utility. I'm going to pretty much spoil it for you guys. Q2 2023, they're going to start with the mainnet launch, the DApp release, right, and the analytics on top of that, and also pretty much what we're going to talk about: staking, farming, pool, of course, liquidity pool, potential introduction of the buy crypto via credit card, and also the peer-to-peer platform. So now I'm going to go a bit into detail about these utilities so that it makes sense for you guys. Remind me a bit, Mary, do you take questions at the end?
Yes, I think we will have some questions. So
perfect. No, the reason,
promised them anyway.
Yeah, the reason why I've asked is that I do have about 20 minutes left. I'm going to say close to 22. So I do want to make sure that I get the utility, but I do allow your wow, that's such a not a nice word. Offer the opportunity to your community to ask the questions, of course.
Cool. Okay, go ahead.
Lovely. So peer-to-peer network. What is a peer-to-peer network? It's pretty much a platform in which you guys trade assets from one party to the other. I want to send you funds, Mary, and you can send me funds, and I can send you crypto assets, and you can send me crypto assets. Now, for this one might think, okay, but I can use Binance for that. Definitely. Go ahead and use Binance. Go ahead and use Coinbase, whatever you feel the need. But those are centralized, right? Those are publicly made transactions. And when I say publicly, eventually exposed towards governments and entities and maybe people that you wouldn't like to interact with, so to speak. Now, when it comes to virtual trader, what they are focused on, and again, I urge you guys, and I cannot stress this enough, on the white paper, you're going to see an entire section on the DeFi importance, right? It's DeFi as in, when it comes to your data, everything's pretty much protected, not to mention the fact that, as I've said before, there's an escrow protection. Now, when it comes to peer-to-peer trading, it's convenient, it's fast. And sometimes, if you think about it, let me put it this way. I were to invite you guys right now, if I were to invite you to a trade right now, most of you would say no. Why? First of all, because although I'm an AMA host and you heard me in other projects, I'm not known to you, right? I'm not someone that you can actually, let's say, meet in real life. Or if I do something shady, what can you do? Pretty much nothing, right? I'm here, you're there. So it comes to that particular unintended risk, right? You're definitely exposing your assets, or that guy is exposing his assets or his money to an unintended risk. The escrow is there to pretty much mediate those particular risks. You're putting the money in an escrow, he's putting the assets in an escrow. Once that particular escrow, everything automated under a smart contract, once those particular assets are brought together, he executes the swap. He gets the money, you get the assets, as simple as that. To correlate this with what's happening is exactly as it goes through nodes. Transactions being, let's say, executed through nodes and then added to the chain. In a nutshell, again, I'm not very technical, so I'm not going to go into that. But the escrow is pretty much there to make sure that someone, in this case, an artificial intelligence platform, is pretty much shielding you guys and the other party from any fraudulent transaction that might occur. Right? That's pretty much it. That's the importance of a peer-to-peer network, and this is what these guys are introducing to the market, to the DeFi space. Again, we're talking about the DeFi. Again, when it comes to that, it's as simple as it is. I'm not gonna try and make it any other different. When it comes to the exchange, it definitely operates on both parties interaction. So you cannot actually, let's say you're not the one to put the money, and then if that guy doesn't put the assets, the money still goes through. No, it does operate under the pretty much the principle of interaction from both parties. If nothing happens, then your funds are automatically, I'm gonna say, rejected, right? Sent back to you. No taxes, of course, and that's pretty much it, right? That's how the exchange operates under escrow protection. Now, again, when you open a peer-to-peer trade for the first time, you're going to see a pop-up notice to inform you that the user is not going to release cryptocurrency before the acknowledgement happens. Exactly what I was saying before. If you guys put the money, but the assets are not put in, right, whatever you're trying to exchange, nothing's going to happen. You will see a pop-up as well informing you of that. The support is going to be offered pretty much 24/7 in Telegram when it comes to that. But I do feel it could have a super, super cool aspect to it, bringing this particular section, to the DeFi space. To that, to complete the ecosystem, to add to the ecosystem, not the utility, but the feature, as I like to call it, staking. Staking, you guys definitely know how this works. Using the native token, you stake it, therefore you lock it for a certain period of time. At the moment, the guys are still brainstorming because staking is a part of Q2 2023 to be released amongst the first ones, but still Q2 pretty much means April, May, and June. So until then, they're still going to brainstorm. Should they do flexible staking? Should they do lock staking? Should they allow early unlocking? A couple of things, but all according to what's going to happen in Q1. How are things going to progress? How is the DApp going to perform? What are the analytics? How is the mainnet gonna sustain itself, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to say a very important period upcoming for these guys. Q1 and its entire aspect. Everything that's going to happen with the ecosystem is pretty much gonna governate what's going to happen from Q2. How are they going to release every utility? Pretty much they're going to start with the staking because they do feel it's a long-term aspect what they're trying to build. So, locking your tokens for a period of time to gain more, definitely good stuff happening there. The overall goal of everything that these guys are trying to bring forward is to pretty much provide everyone with the ability to switch, cryptocurrencies, tokens, stable coins, and so on and so forth, at any given point without, having to face or to limit that particular risk, right? Because everything's done under a smart contract powered by escrow. And the swap is also aimed at taking advantage of well-performing opportunities. That's pretty much it. If you want to trade on the go, just go ahead. It's all there, right? It's all going to be on the platform. That's pretty much in regards to why are these guys even building this, and what are they trying to achieve. As I said, there's also a governance part. Now, the governance is actually at the moment available for everyone who invests and definitely buys in the fair launch, but also holds the token, right? Because you cannot be an investor in a token, sell it, and they'll still be considered as a DAO governed user. Not typically how it works. It's going to have a lot of privileges, free tokens, first of all, because it is an ecosystem that's going to attract other tokens. So, participation in airdrops, participation in giveaways, some meetings with some of the founders of the project in order to understand the course of the project. How are they going to progress? And think about it in this way. If you're into the DAO governance, at some point, these guys might think, you know what, we're looking at two things right now: staking and introducing the credit card payment via the DApp. They're not really sure. I mean, they can use the community, but you guys are going to be the pillars, right? The DAO governed users, because you guys are actually the DAO government users, sorry, because you guys are actually going to support them and, vote on that particular decision. Again, sustainability more than anything, because you will need to share a good reason, right, for which you think, or maybe come up with a different course of action if you feel the need for that. Everything's going to be taken into account. Indeed, the team has the last word, but you guys are actually going to play a key part in this if you want to be a part of the ecosystem nonetheless. Followed by that is something that I'm a huge fan of, and at the moment on the DeFi space, completely missing: a bridge. Again, maybe there are a couple of them. It is what it is. I've used EvoBridge for quite some time right now, but at some point it failed, and I had to pay uh, some taxes, unreasonable ones. Spoke to the support team. They couldn't know how to fix it. That was my big, like, what do you mean? Aren't you the support from the platform? If you don't know how to fix it, what am I gonna do? Either way, moving on. These guys at Virtual Trader are gonna have in place, implemented a pretty much um, go-to bridge. Why do I say go-to bridge? Because they will try to improve the interoperability between L1s and L2 protocols, even between various sidechains, right? To give you guys an example, once, what was it? I think it was Crow. Yeah, I think it was Crow. It came along. A couple of good calling communities said, you know what, this token launched on Crow. The rest of the investors were like, okay, what is Crow? Oh, crypto.com, native token. Okay, I understand. If I don't have a crypto.com, because it's not that easy. And again, this is the difference between having a KYC decentralized exchange account and a DeFi platform account, similar to virtual trader, right? What happens if you want to bridge funds fast? Definitely, you can do it through Binance or Coinbase or whatever exchange, centralized exchange. But if you don't have an account, because remember, more people are going to join on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis crypto, right? They're not going to know. They're probably going to go through the DeFi if that's what they hear for the first time. Me, I started on PancakeSwap. Actually, I started on Bogged. Still use it to this day. Um, and I think after 6 months, I created my Binance account. Why? Because I was making money on the DeFi space. What do I need Binance for? Do you think I was trading on ETH or Avalanche or Solana? I didn't even know what those were. Right? People were telling me blockchains. I don't care, bro. I'm making money on BSC. I'm good with that. But we're definitely looking to advance, to progress. So people are going to be interested. Okay, I want to bridge Avalanche. I feel Avalanche is going to be the next big thing, or Polygon. How are you guys going to bridge funds if you don't have a centralized exchange account? Through one of the available bridges. And again, although I don't know exactly how it's going to look, I don't have numbers, how fast it is, how cheap it is, how fast it's going to calculate the taxes, and pretty much mediate. If all goes according to plan, and if these guys make it work, I'm definitely going to be a tester on that bridge. Tester as in I'm going to use it and see how it is. I've used a lot of them in the past. Evo Bridge was the only one that actually got me where I wanted to pretty much go until that particular, let's call it an error, at which point I said, you know what, that is what it is. We're going to part ways. I'm going to use Binance. But on the DeFi space, think about it. In the bull run, once you're going to see 10, 20, 30 tokens per day, this launched on Solana, that one launched on Polygon, that one on Avalanche. At some point, you're going to think, man, I do need to find, isn't there a better way, basically? If you're experienced, there is. If not, this is probably the solution for you. NFTs we kind of spoke about, and a very important aspect that these guys will bring to the table, and again, probably to be seen Q3 typically, if all goes according to their plan, because here there are some financial regulations to take into account. Their own credit card. Why implement a credit card? Well, first of all, I don't know. I have a Binance card, definitely. Took about 3 months. I think it took about 3 months to arrive. Simply as that, everybody was ordering. It was a bull run. Everybody wanted one. That is what it is. Still, I use it. I'm not going to complain. I actually wanted to get a crypto.com card as well. I had an account with them, and I wanted to get their card. But the fact that they were asking me to pay, they were offering some services, but they were asking me to pay for some services. I was like, you know what? I mean, I ordered it just because it's cute. I'm not actually going to use it. These guys thought, you know what? We make that particular card, bring it to the current marketplace, and try to offer accessibility, right? Pretty much offer exactly what people are looking forward to right now. Cashbacks. Cashback is a must. It's a given. If you don't have cashback, don't even think about delivering a credit card.
So is it a credit card or is it a prepaid credit card?
It's actually going to be a credit card. That's why I said it might take up until Q3 2023
Okay.
because of the financial regulations. First of all, you need someone to issue your card, and then you need to brand it. Um, Honestly, by the look of things right now, I feel the only one is MasterCard, without the shadow of a doubt. Again, that's from my perspective. I haven't actually spoken with the team about this one because it's a long-term plan. Um, and they actually, within the first 6 months, they do want to incentivize the community with some giveaways on the cards and with some discounts, massive discounts on even streaming platforms. And when I say streaming platforms, people are thinking Amazon Prime and Netflix. Not only that, pretty much the big ones, but potentially even Twitch. I would love that. I would love that because I'm a huge fan of Twitch. I follow a lot of people. I watch that on a daily basis. So yeah, in a nutshell, Mary, to kind of pace myself a bit, and I'm sorry I took a lot of time. I could still go for another easy 3 hours about the project, just because I
Oh
feel it
dear. You
it,
have
it's
to
well
come back then,
researched.
Alex.
I should. I probably should. Um, I
Yeah.
feel it's well researched. If you guys go through their white paper, you're gonna see they took a lot of time to present every aspect, even for the new guys, right? But this is in a nutshell. I'm gonna say the ecosystem, how they plan to develop it, bring it to the audience, and also the estimated timeframes. As I've said, Q2 2023. Looking forward to have the DApp analytics released towards the audience. You guys, as DAO govern the users, will probably see it the first. The mainnet to be fully revealed with the DApp, and progressively staking. Oh yeah, there are also going to be some farms and liquidity pools for that. I didn't go into that. You can research them on the white paper without a shadow of a doubt. I feel it's pretty self-explanatory how that goes. You lock one token for another, basically, providing liquidity and gaining at the same time. And also the peer-to-peer exchange platform to be released still in Q2. So busy weeks for these guys. Hopefully everything goes according to plan, and we don't see I'm going to say well-expected crash, because I see on Twitter everything's all about the upcoming crash. I don't know if it is or not, but remains to be seen.
All right. So, do we have some time? Can we have a question or two?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. That's
Yeah.
why I paced myself and I said, you know what? I got about, I'm going to say 9 to 10 minutes left. Let's hear some questions. Definitely want to give the
Yeah.
opportunity to some people here.
I'm gonna unmute CS, not CC, CS, and maybe someone else. Let's start with one first. CC, are you with us? No, it's connecting still. CS, are you here? Can you speak?
Just
What's
in
your question?
just in case, yes, you need to unmute yourself from the lower
Yeah.
left corner, in case you're new.
Or we have Reeds up here. Reeds, do you have a question? You're all raising your hand, but you don't want to speak. Okay.
Same thing, Ritz.
Oh,
Left side corner, it should say mic is off, something with red. If you click on that, it should say mic is on.
okay. We'll take someone else then.
Yeah, just trying to help because
Maybe.
I remember my first one was a mess, man.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe there is you have to try again, guys, later. Maybe there is some issues also with Twitter. Sometimes
Can you
they
hear me?
can't hear each other or can't hear me, or I don't know. Gibson, do you have a question?
Yeah, I have a question. I have a question. It's about the apps. So, what are the unique features you are trying to add to the virtual trader B2B exchange that's going to make a lot of users attract to this exchange? What are the unique features that you are trying to add to it? Please, can you tell us about it?
First of all, hello, Gibson, I think it is. Thanks for the question. To be fairly honest with you, my man, and again, I'm not gonna try and sound like a sales guy. Um, the important aspect about the project is not, as I've said, they're not going to try and make everything unique. Now, the peer-to-peer network as it is on the DeFi space is by itself a unique concept. Um, in this particular moment right now, I'm not aware of any peer-to-peer network or platforms that have an escrow protection on it. Think about it this way. If you want to trade with me right now, if I give you my MetaMask wallet, right? Because that's what you're thinking. I can use MetaMask. 100% you're correct, my man. How are you guaranteeing the success or failure? And you're definitely interested in the success of your transaction. So if you were to send me right now $100 and I'm claiming, you know what, just send it to me, I'm going to give it back to you. How do you know that that particular money, that's definitely going to get to me, but is it going to get back to you? Probably not, right? Again, not with me, but with someone else, probably not. Now, what the escrow does is protecting you at the same time, because you're not sending the money to me. You're sending the money to the escrow. If I'm going like, you know what, I'm gonna send you the $100 back, or let's say you send me $100 for whatever, Bitcoin, Shiba, whatever asset or an NFT. I'm gonna put the NFT within the escrow. Once the escrow, again, smart contract powered by, is seeing that you have the money, I have the NFT, and they're in there, it's going to execute the trade. You're going to get the NFT, I'm going to get the money at the same time. There's no failure when it comes to that. That's pretty much how escrow functions. And to give you guys an idea, even with you, Gibson, this is pretty much inspired from the freelancing platforms. Now, if you've ever worked as a freelancer, you pretty much understand that you need to put in some work, and I need to pay you for that work. As an example, escrow is exactly what's guaranteeing that I'm going to get the work and you're going to get the money as well. Now, within freelancing, there's a limit, there's a period, there are a lot of other things. Within crypto, it's definitely simpler. You have the asset, I have the money, we can swap, as simple as that. That's pretty much the main aspect. The second thing that's going to make it unique is the fact that it's going to be friendly towards, but I'm going to say, targeting also the new people in the space. Those are the ones that need to be encouraged. And not that, again, not that it's not going to give a crap about us, the people that have been in crypto for some time. It's the fact that maybe I know what to do simply by looking at the platform, right? Swap, click, buy. I know what those buttons mean. But the other guys, and people are always are like, what other guys? Man, we're like, I don't even think we've reached 6% of the total global population that have joined crypto. So a lot of people still, will join eventually. Those other guys, right? At some point or another, we're going to be 10%, 12%, 13%, 14%. I don't know if I'm going to live up until 100%. We're going to see. But yeah, in a nutshell, that's pretty much what's unique. The core concept of it, the protection of the funds, and the fact that it's user-friendly, available to everyone to pretty much make their swaps.
Great
All right,
question.
thank you.
Thank you, Gibson.
Thanks.
Blaze, are you ready for your question?
All right, I'm ready. I think I'll pretty go fast with my question because Alexandra is especially is in a haste. So my question is,
That's
how
good.
do you plan? Yeah, so how do you plan to get more investors to your community, and as in what plans do you have in place to get more investors apart from all the things you have mentioned earlier, which is a which is pretty great and very awesome. So what are the strategies you have in place to get more investors to your token line?
That's actually a good question, Blaze. So let me put things into perspective with some things that I haven't mentioned because I was waiting for someone to actually ask about them. When it comes to the marketing ideas and strategies, these guys divided them into multiple stages. I'm not going to go through stage 1 and 2 because those are pretty much the incipient ones where they actually build the socials and website and so on and so forth. At the moment, these guys took a lot of, I'm going to say that they took a lot of chances, right? With some things that work, some things that didn't. What did work and what they did rely on are a couple of things, such as pre-listing on CMC and CG, putting yourself out there before you're actually launched as a native token, doing your fundraising. That increases your user base and a bit of the confidence, so to speak. Taxes are 0% buy, 0% sell, incentivizing the people to buy. I know you guys are thinking they can sell as well. Of course, you have to make it reasonable. And because you're offering them a reason to stay, you're trying to avoid that particular sell pressure. Also, one important factor that I didn't mention, I was waiting for someone to pop the question. This particular one, compared to so many others, is CMC ICO listed. What is that? Basically, if you go on CoinMarketCap, I don't know if you guys are aware of this function. I've been using it for almost a year right now. If you go on CMC and you go into products and you look at ICO calendar, it's going to show you a couple of the ICOs that are ongoing. Again, we are on a quite on a short supply, so to speak, because of the current market conditions. But save this one for later. It's going to be good. None of the projects, honestly, none of the projects that I represented ever did this. If you're going to see the ongoing projects there, and trust me, it does open this to pretty much the full perspective that CoinMarketCap has. It's a massive incentivize. I don't know how much it costs. I don't know how you can do it. I have no clue on pretty much these things, but it does give you a super cool feature, to be fairly honest. That combined with your post-launch, where you're going to have massive T1 channels, a lot of other Twitter spaces are, from what I've understood, are planned. Might be with me, might be with the other host, who knows. Influencers, you kind of are aware of that, on the call side. Centralized exchanges, I've said, pacing themselves, not rushing into anything. You do need market makers, good ones, for the centralized exchange to actually up that particular buying pressure. Some press releases and billboards and advertising on the ad campaigns. That's what's actually going to increase pretty much the singularity of the token and the scarcity for the project. That's what they're relying upon. Maybe combined with some other stuff that they actually are keeping aside. I'm just telling you guys what I know already. I feel it's a good combination, to be fairly honest. Hopefully that answers your question as well, Blaze, and definitely thank you for being a part of the AMA.
Yeah, thank you very much. You answered my question. I think I'll add up to your community to ask more question because you're in a hurry. Thank you very much. And thank you very much, Mary.
Thank you, Blaze, for your question. Alex, what do you say? You have to go now, right?
Yeah, I kind of have to prepare for the next one. It's starting in 15 minutes, so that gives me like 10 minutes to prepare, 3 to actually get a bit of water.
That's fine. So let's have your closing statement then about this token. And I really hope that you can come back or bring the team back also with you, because I think there's even more we could talk about
Quite a lot of things, Mary. But within the ending, I hope I'm gonna be back for sure. I'm gonna try and be a bit more active in your Twitter spaces, because I've seen even the one before. Forgive me, but I've missed their name. I only caught about 10 minutes at the end, and it looked super good.
That was fun.
What I can say, it was actually fun. What I can say in the end, Mary, is first of all, I'm gonna congratulate you guys for being wonderful. That's pretty much self-explanatory. Everybody knows why Twitter spaces are fun with you guys. Second of all, I'm gonna say that you guys are probably top 3 at the moment communities in which I would like to join, even to have a small chat. You're like, casual conversation, whatever.
Oh, that's nice, Alex. We love to have you always.
Hopefully I'm gonna be back. Even just to say hello. I'm still getting new to this. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I live in Romania, right? If you guys knew that, good. If not, now you know. In my country, we don't actually give a crap about Twitter. I don't know why. Facebook used to be the big thing. Now people are actually digressing. Discord, Snapchat, whatever. Hoping Twitter is gonna be a bit big now that they see potential with crypto as well. So that's gonna open a lot of doors for us. That's why I'm trying to be a bit more active on Twitter as well. But again, not to bore you guys, definitely thanks a lot for listening to me and my presentation about the project. Hopefully you guys, after this particular session, are gonna do at least 2 things. One, read the documentation, decide for yourself if this one suits your needs, if not, and if not, if yes, if not, it doesn't even matter. Join their socials, say hello, congratulate them or not, whatever you feel the need to say, definitely would be appreciated. Other than that, always lovely to be here. Hopefully we're gonna see each other, or actually talk to each other again pretty soon. And until next time, hope you guys stay safe, trade wisely. I don't know, grab a beer, a cigar, something good. Life is short, enjoy it. And yeah, all the best from Alex, your casual friendly host, definitely. And thanks a lot, Mary. Top-notch quality as always.
Alex, are you telling us to start smoking?
Yeah, maybe I am. I don't know.
Cigar.
Yeah,
No, honestly, Alex, it's lovely to have you, and I hope you can come back. I will invite you to one of our other new chats we might open up soon, like just chit chat, fireside things. I don't really know how it works yet, but we'll see.
we'll
You
see for
can
sure.
definitely come, and come tomorrow and raise your hand, and I will unmute you to ask a question for
Hopefully, I
next
don't
one.
forget.
All right, Alex, I will let you go. Have a good one,
Awesome.
and
Thanks a lot, you
everyone in
guys. Take
here.
care.
It was
Thanks, you
great.
guys. Bye for now.
Thank you, Alex. So also we will have some winners in here, and Alpha is the one who will pick some random winners. So it's up to him. All right, guys, and I will see you all tomorrow, I hope, again, because this week we have packed with AMAs. So we have one tomorrow 4 p.m. UTC, and the next day we have two, and then we have a weekend without Mary. Mary has a vacation weekend, but then I will be back next Monday also. So lots and lots of good projects coming up. Hope we'll see you all back then. So stay tuned and have a good whatever, wherever you are, guys. Bye for now. Hey, Cookie. Goodbye.